What can we expect to see on the show?
Nothing. Shit to piss old white people off like you. Some people find everything offensive. Okay.
Set the oven to 350. Get a cookie sheet, but you gotta grease that hoe. Hot skillet, flour, bacon, grease. Slowly adding milk thickens to a masterpiece. Will the band pop the can when your girl smells her cooking? She knows I'm the man. Salt and pepper that rude to taste. You can put it in your mouth. You can rub it on your face. Pull them out the oven, they hot. Don't gotta wait too long. Don't gotta wait a lot. It's lovely, thick white cream. When she saw it on her plate, had to join the team. Get ready. It's time to start the show. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, trying to figure it out. My name is Landon Claiborne. You already know that. I'm a dog in the yard where the grass is very green. Sitting in with me today is a couple of cool cats. We got Devin Russo, lifelong friend, and her sister wife, Myra. Myra, I don't know your last name.
Della Rosa.
Okay, Myra Della Rosa. Myra of the Rose.
Oh, you want me to say that? You want
So right.
me to do the, you want me to freaking say the whole freaking government name right now?
What is it, like Myra Hernandez Gonzalez de la Rosa?
Fucking. It's Myra Esperanza de la Rosa Limon.
Limon?
No, not anymore.
Oh, once removed. Oh, married and divorced. We'll get into that. Young age, young sister, wife, long history. Anyways, I had a great dinner tonight. I had Chinese food, and on the way home, I was like hungry already again because I ate Chinese food at like 6 o'clock and then sat there for an hour and a half talking with my grandpa and my grandma, and then I'm like pulling into my driveway and I'm like, fuck, do I feel like I didn't even eat dinner? And then I was thinking about the old thing that people always used to say that like you get hungry an hour after eating Chinese food. Have you ever heard that? Yeah, and then they would always be like, ooh, it's the MSG, you know? But it wasn't the MSG. It's actually because we're all Americans and we eat a big meal. And if you eat like a Chinese meal, you don't get full because you're not eating a crap load of carbs. You're eating like noodles and rice mostly, and then, you know, a bunch of vegetables and meat, which is what you're supposed to eat. And the old Chinese lady, she's so nice at this restaurant in Selma. Anyways, she was explaining to us.
That's where my mom goes too, Selma.
Really? Mm-hmm. That we meet there because it's halfway. My grandpa lives in Fresno, and I would drive to Fresno to have dinner with him at a nicer place, but he's like, oh, I'll meet you halfway. But anyways, she was like, I've been here 40 years. I can count on both my hands the amount of times I've eaten a cheeseburger or Mexican food or pizza. She's like, all I eat is Chinese food.
Her food?
Yeah. I was like, that makes sense.
I got it. It's trying. Leave it.
That's what's up. But, yeah, she was great. And there's all kinds of jokes about Chinese food and eating it and being hungry an hour later. And then, you know, the classic sexual ones of, I ate out an Asian girl that was hungry an hour later.
Oh, my God.
Brought to you by the same people that said, is your refrigerator running? You better go catch it. Dude. I used to say that to my dad when I would be like watching something ridiculous on TV, you know, like some stupid cartoon that's funny, like Family Guy or something like that, when I was a teenager. And my dad would be like, this is so dumb, it's not funny. And I would say that to him. I was like, your generation gave us this joke. Is your refrigerator running? You better go catch it. And you thought that was funny. And you guys also would chase a hoop with a stick.
It's
maybe you could back off a little bit.
I remember my first beer. Or I laughed so hard I fell off my dinosaur.
Yeah. Literally. But yeah, man, last time we did a really clip-heavy episode, so we're going to try to get into something. I drive around all the time picking up French fries and bringing them to people. And I write stuff down, like Okay. There was a woman walking with her dog, and her dog was really cute, and it was so cute that I was like, I rolled down the window as I was driving by. I was like, your dog is so cute, but I was smoking cigarettes all day, and so it probably came out like, she just stared at me like I was a fucking psycho. It was so.
Hey, ma'am, I just came out the fucking sewer, and I like your dog.
Literally, I was like, oh my God, okay, never do that again. I was literally the animal equivalent of being like, you're hot.
You fucking sounded like sugar water.
Dude, oh my God. Is that not the thing from that movie, Men in Black, that just stuck in your head forever? Dude, he delivered that line so fucking perfect. I'm so glad you said that because that's like a thing that replays in my head since I watched that when I was like 9 years old.
Have I let you try that?
Yeah, I love these.
I was gonna say this is fire.
Sugar water. Oh, that was the wife when she was saying it, not him. Yeah, she was saying it to them.
I'll tell you something right now. I know air, and that wasn't air. It's like something that's wearing air. Like a suit. An Ager suit.
Did he say anything?
Yes. He asked me for some water. Some, sugar water.
Sugar water.
Yeah, if I remember that right. Because I thought that was odd. They'd ask me for sugar water or not. Lemonade or ice water or regular water or tap water.
What do you mean sugar?
Yeah, that woman is an amazing comedic actor. She's been in other things that are funny as fuck, too.
Her straight face the whole time.
Yeah, nailing it, dude. Oh, my God. So funny. Man, okay, last time I was so busy looking at clips that when I showed you that video of the dude dancing on the stop sign and you brought up Brock dancing in your truck, and I was trying to remember what memory that was.
E40 sliding down the pole.
Yeah,
and
okay.
He was drunk as That's where I wanted to stand, but he was drunk as fuck, and he was standing on my center console, going like dancing like a stripper out of my sunroof in my truck, and I was just like, "What the fuck, dude? You dance better than most of the girls I've ever dated." So
He does.
I was like, "Where is this coming from?
Dude.
How gay are you?" And we just don't know.
Shout out to Brock Kincaid. I was thinking of that motherfucker the other day, and I was thinking about him and like other people from our school who were just like so athletic, Yeah. And it was like they were so like gifted athletically. It was crazy to watch people like him and like Ricky Green, Matt Merritt, and like I always thought of like Brock. Like, what if he? I don't know his parental situation, but like, what if he had a dad who was like, one of those crazy dads that's always on your ass, making you like practice sports and shit all the time? Dude, that motherfucker would have been in college for sure, or like playing some pro sport for sure.
Yeah.
He was badass playing football. He was so quick, and he could play any position. He was an amazing receiver, and he could play any defensive position, and he could play quarterback too. Dude was a fucking skilled athlete, and he was handsome, and he was ripped, and he was charismatic and funny. The son of a bitch had it all going for him. I hated him in high school. Yeah, he was a straight up cocksmith.
He had so many bitches. You know what, Brock? You had so many bitches that I just want to punch you in the face.
I'm going to get him on the podcast one day.
Well, yeah, he's doing a lot better than he was. So let's.
Everybody goes up and down, man. Hey,
I'm still down, brother.
Yeah, everybody goes up and down, but Brock Kincaid.
I just
shout out to you.
Because if I get too hyped up, like, what's the point? I'm just gonna go right back down.
Ooh, this is a funny one. Do you know what ginkgo biloba is? Ginkgo biloba? Do you know what it is?
No, just like.
Okay. Ginkgo biloba. Let me check it out real quick. Ginkgo. Yeah, there it is. Ginkgo biloba is a plant, and people take it as a supplement. And every time, once I heard of that, immediately what I thought was Shaggy. Ginkgo biloba. They call me Mr. Loba Loba. Dude.
Like what kind of
Shiba.
supplement though? Like a supplement for what?
It's a plant. It's a bullshit plant. I literally don't think it does anything if you take it.
So, Dalton, when he came back from boot camp, they had people from like the coast or whatever sending him like little gift bags and shit, like free little gift bags.
Okay.
So somebody sent my nephew ashwagandha.
Oh yeah, I've heard of ashwagandha. I think it's good for your skin or something, isn't it?
Look it up.
Ashwagandha. Ashwagandha. It sounds like
Ashwagandha.
Okay, relax before you get us canceled. Ashwagandha does sound like a spiritual leader. It sounds like first name, last name. First name Ashwa, last name Gandha.
It makes you want to have sex.
Oh, it does? No way. Ashwagandha is commonly known as ashwagandha, winter cherry, evergreen shrub in the Solanese or nightshade family. Oh, it's it's in the nightshade family. Okay. But what does it do? Benefits.
Or uses.
Relieve stress and anxiety. So does masturbation.
Improve sexual function.
In women, not in men though. No, I don't know. Boosts fertility and testosterone. But yeah, the ginkgo biloba I think is kind of a farce. Like I don't know exactly. I think it claims to do things, but I don't think it really does. Yeah, it's an antioxidant, reduce inflammation, circulation, blah blah blah. Oh, reduce symptoms of psychiatric disorders and dementia. Whatever. I've never met an old person who wasn't crazy and they were like, "Hey, how did you make it so far?" Ginkgo biloba, Madu.
You guys laugh the same. I swear to God.
Okay. Hey, Myra of the Rose, maybe you could answer this one for me. How come Latino folks are the only ones with balls enough to name their kid Jesus? Dude, there's no other ethnicity that's naming their kid Jesus.
You know what's so crazy? I think in my family we do not have a Jesus.
That's funny.
Unless he's an in-law.
Oh, that's so funny.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, yeah, because Jesus is really like a common name.
It's very common. It's like the Mexican John. Well, I mean, I think there is a Mexican John, but anyways.
Yeah.
John. I don't know. What is the Mexican version of John?
Jonathan.
Is it something like that? It's just Jonathan. I'm just being ignorant. Okay. Fair enough. Anyways, shout out to Latinos for having the balls to do that. Also, they're kind of allowed to say the N-word, which is hilarious.
I've seen a video. I've seen a TikTok where, you know how like people just go randomly on the streets like, oh, I like, you know, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I seen a TikTok and I came across and he's saying it and some guys just stopped by, look at him and he goes, what? We're like family. Yeah. He goes, we're both brown. And I'm like,
yeah, I've seen that one.
I mean, well, like.
I always theorized that it was because, you know, like Mexicans are allowed to say it, but white people aren't because Mexicans. They never. Okay, we're gonna have to cut that one out because I was always trying to work on that joke, but it's just way too offensive to ever go anywhere. It's definitely getting cut.
You're like, fuck, now that I hear it out loud. And towards a Mexican.
I've been waiting to say that to somebody for a long time, and I'm glad that Myra had that reaction because now I know to put that one back on the shelf.
What was your reaction? I didn't see. You're like.
She was like, woof. That's what she was like. He is a dog because woof.
Her whole family would have been like, this mother.
Yeah, I'm going to cut that little part out, and everyone's just going to have to wonder. What else do we have here? Dungeons and Dragons is a new movie that came out. Have you seen the commercial for it? I know that Devin doesn't put up with nerdy shit, but I would like to just do like a movie critique real quick of Dungeons and Dragons. As a movie, if you've never played Dungeons and Dragons, you probably won't love it that much, but it is a fun movie to watch. But if you are a nerd and you love stuff like Skyrim or Dungeons and Dragons or whatever, I totally
calm
forgot.
down, just say Zelda and
Totally forgot you weren't even talking
Fantasia
this whole time. Anyways, the movie was like so fucking good. It was so good, and it was because it felt like it was made by people who actually love Dungeons and Dragons and like understand it. And as someone who's been a kid watching comic book movies since I was little, and every time one comes out, like, you know, X-Men 3 when it came out, I was like, and another one.
She's a nerd for that.
Wolverine. There's a Wolverine Origins. It's like you're watching this movie, and I'm like, wow, this feels like it was made by people who fucking hate comic books or who have like never read a comic book. I don't know, but this movie was great, and also it featured a portal, which I just wish someone would make a Portal movie. There's a video game called Portal, if you've ever heard of it, and it's super fun because it's like a puzzle style game, but with other elements also. But you have a gun that, and you have to make your way through this building, different levels of buildings right here. Why you can't hear? Yeah, that's to go up. Anyways, and you like have to get across a bridge or something, and so you can shoot a portal into the ground right here, and it opens a little window, and then you shoot another one, and then that's where you come out. And it's fucking really fun because Rick and Morty feature this.
No, coming from the guy who plays Sim, fucking farming.
Farm sim. Don't
Farm
hate
sim.
on it.
Let me go
Don't
from
hate
farming
on it.
all day and fucking cutting brush and pushing brush out, and then go to freaking disking my field, bro, and harvesting it, and then planting new stuff, and then do it all over again.
I'm Farmer Landon. Anyways, if everyone's seen Rick and Morty, and in Rick and Morty, he has a portal gun that is fucking, his gun is a portal gun. And the dude who wrote that loves the video game Portal. That's why it's like such a huge part of the show. And anyways, you see all the cool ways that Rick uses it in the show. He like, in one episode, he fucking opens a portal underground, like in the room, and then water just starts coming out of it. Cause like the other end of the portal was in the bottom of a ocean or lake or whatever. So he floods the room and he's able to escape, blah, 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 blah. It's infinite what you can do with this. It's like cooler than X-Men. It's cooler than all of the comic books because it's a fucking portal. Anyways, they had that in D&D and they utilized it very well. They did it really good. It was great. Moving on.
I never got into Dungeons and Dragons 2.
We can get the stand, yeah. I was never into Dungeons and Dragons either. I heard about it later in life. And I was like, that sounds like fun to play. Just because, especially if you want to be an actor, I would highly recommend it. Because it's, you get around with your friends and you kind of just improvise. You create a character, and then your character goes through the journey. And like, there's a dungeon master, and he sets up the whole story and blah, blah, blah. And so you'll come to a village and you have to decide what to do, and then the dungeon master plays all the other characters, and it's just a really great way to be in your mind creatively and like think of other avenues that you wouldn't have thought through. So if you're trying to be a creative person and like you want to write shit, whatever it is, music, stories, you want to be an actor, whatever, fucking join a D&D group at least for like one campaign. You'll get a lot out of it. But yeah, I never even played D&D, but I really loved that movie.
Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yet?
No, I'm dying to see it.
Me too.
Everyone said it was great. We should all go together. I forgot. Anyways, I was eating food in a Mexican restaurant the other day, and guess what I hear? Come on. What? In Spanish, and I only like a minute into the song recognize it. You're Still the One by Shania Twain, but they were playing it like mariachi style and singing in Spanish, and I was like, yo, this is actually fucking sick. It was really good. And I was like, I wonder how many other really popular songs are done like that I haven't heard. Last time on our first episode with Myra, we talked about that song "You Can Ring My Bell" and how it's basically saying "You can make me come." And then I found another song that's doing that, Billy Currington. Really? Yes, Billy Currington. Must be doing something right. Yep. I just heard you sigh. Why? Because you slid a finger in? What is going on here?
There's another song too. It's a country song too, and I cannot remember for the life of me who sang it. But I told you about it, where he says something about they're sitting in a truck, and he says something that. Anyway, it's along the lines, and he's saying something that he just wants to kiss those lips, but he's not talking about the ones on your face. And
really?
Yeah, I cannot for the life of me remember what it is, but when I figure it out, it's going to be on the tip of my tongue. But it's hilarious because it came on my TikTok where this lady was like, she's just listening to the song, and then she realizes when I think it's a Morgan Wallen song.
Is it?
Yes. And she goes, it's like, at that point when you like listen to the lyrics and realize what the hell they're talking about.
Wow.
And she goes, "Whoa, dang."
Dude, my dad is hilarious. He says Morgan Whalen no matter what. He said Morgan Whalen. And he was like, "Is that Morgan Whalen?" And then they literally said on the TV, they were like, "Morgan Wallen." And then he was like, "Yeah, it's Morgan Whalen." Dude, parents are hilarious how they get with that. It's like, oh my God. Those taste amazing.
They're the same, huh?
Yeah, those are the same flavor. I just hit them. I hit them both at once because I'm a savage. The fuck was I just talking about? I had something I wanted to say.
Billy Currington song.
Yeah, the Billy Currington song. There was something else that you made me think of. No, I can't think of it. But fear. Anyway, so the playoffs are on, and they're actually good, but I can't get into them because I was only into the Warriors, and Brittany Griner's back. I don't know if you've seen that.
On the men's team?
Wow. No, but anyways,
I could say that I'm a lesbian.
I thought it was pretty fucked up because she's back and she had like 27 points and she actually played like a cool game. And Sports Center doesn't give a fuck. The news doesn't give a fuck. Nobody like. That's why no one cares about the WNBA. It's their fault that they're like this person comes back from fucking Russia after getting released and all they can talk about is how she got arrested in Russia. Nobody gives a fuck about how she's actually a good basketball player, which is kind of shitty.
But also the trade that Biden did.
Let's not get political, but yeah.
Babe, just leave it. It's fine.
Somebody really likes Biden. Just
Yeah, she's like, you fucking bitch, don't talk about him. Anyways, the trade that they made for Brittany Griner was absolutely ridiculous.
yeah, that dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get political with it, but yeah, that was no. Let's get political with it. Whoops, bleep that. That was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous trade, and everyone agreed, and blah 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 blah. But now she's back, and I wanted to Google this actually because somebody asked her if she was gonna kneel during the anthem, and she was like, "No, I'm not, because it means so much more to me now."
That she was a prisoner.
Yeah, that she was a prisoner, and her country stood up for her. And I was like, "Oh, so."
But it took a long time for the country to stand up for her. Think about it. If it was like LeBron or freaking Carmelo Anthony, or like a well-known NBA player like Jay Morant, somebody, they would have had him back within the whole week that he was gone.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not fucking 5 months later, 6 months later, whole ass year later.
So I don't know if she ever did. But
it says, "Why is Brittany Griner standing for the national anthem?"
Yeah, that was the thing that I seen that was this is the only clip that I seen of her, was them talking about why she wants to stand for the national anthem, because she cares about America now because it stood up for her, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after the world was like, "Oh, why is nobody doing anything about Brittany Griner's situation?" Which it was dumb why she got arrested. And for them to be like, she has intent to sell it, dude, it was a wax pen.
I think it was like some inside shit as far as, I think it was like a targeted thing.
They targeted her ass.
This bitch is not only this bitch, like they knew there's a plane of Americans coming in and they play in the NBA.
Yep.
Let's fucking get them, And I don't know how many other people were like carrying like she was. Maybe she's the only one. I don't know, but
is it okay in the WNBA to be on weed though?
Yeah, it is. It's in the NBA. It is. So I assume in the WNBA it is. But I don't know. Everyone's
the WNBA the NBA doesn't care about you smoking pot, but the UFC will kick out Nate Diaz because he smoked a joint after getting his whole body beat to death.
They're all governed by different regulatory
Dana White
bodies.
Can suck my ghost dick, and you don't have to bleep that.
UFC has the most strict one because nobody would consider them legitimate until they showed everyone, oh, look at how many rules we have. Look at how hard we are in these fighters. We're not letting them do shit. We're more strict than the NFL. We're more strict than the NBA. Blah blah blah. But it turned out they weren't, and everyone was juicing just like they were in the NFL until they turned it all over
I
a
feel
few
like
years ago.
Everyone that is a pro athlete is effing juicing. Even
Absolutely.
people that aren't pro athletes. Like I know a lot of gym rats, like the guys that just are constantly in the gym.
Yeah.
And they're constantly telling me how they take their steroids, which they can only take it for a certain amount of time. Then they gotta cleanse their whole body off of it. Like it's a whole process. And I'm like, dude, why would you want to do that to your body?
Yeah. Yeah,
Why?
steroids are really easy to get. I got them when I was working out in the gym once.
There you go.
And yeah, for me, it was like not worth it because I was already fucking working my ass off in the gym. And I was like, yeah, this makes it easier, but I'm so much more angry, like crazy angry.
Yeah, some of the guys that I would talk to, like that come into the shop still, they're like, some got really like depressed, no sex drive. Like one dude was telling me like all of his side effects, which I'm like, dude, why are you still taking?
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah, like
is getting that massive, like that, like you care about that much that you're losing other.
Yeah, I was working for my dad at the time, and like we get in fights all the time.
Oh, I know.
Like when I was on a cycle of Diana Ball, fucking like a week or two into it, I was like, we got a huge fight, and I was already feeling strong too. And he had even commented on me one time. I like picked something up on the farm. I can't remember what it was, but he was like, "Damn, the gym's really working out for you, isn't it?" Because it was like fucking heavy and big. He was like, "There's no way you could do it." Anyways, we got in a huge fight, and like I felt this voice in the back of my head that was like, "Punch him," and I was like, "What the?" It was like insane, I was like, because it clicked in my head like, I would never do that, and I would never even want to do that, even no matter what kind of fight we're getting. So, like, this is crazy that something's making me want to do that.
Yeah. Especially a little voice like, punch your fucking dad.
It literally was like, it wasn't even like a feeling. It was like, literally like, do it. Yeah. So I just kept working out in the gym, and it was enough. Yeah, it's enough. You don't need to do steroids. You can get jacked as fuck not doing steroids.
Okay, wait.
It's just hard work.
Before we start this next thing, I'm going to take a little break because I'm going to run to the car and get my other Red Bull, and then you guys can talk about whatever.
That's fine. No, we can take a break.
Taking a break.
And we'll be right back. Yeah, that's fun. Devin, can you please tell me what's being advertised to me in this screenshot off of my phone?
Oh my God.
What is that? What is?
That's a fucking finger. Bro.
What is Temu? What is that?
And why is it sex toys? Temu is like it's an app, and you get like
on mic.
My bad. It's an app that you can get like designer clothes, like expensive ass shit off for like cheap. But why is it sending you sex toys?
Is that literally a sex toy? I don't
know. It's a finger going like this, and then on top of it, I would assume that's a sex toy.
Well, the weird one, that one looks like some weird kind of uterus thing, but like, what is it? How does that please a woman? I don't know. And this one, I don't see how it pleases you either, but I thought maybe you put a ring on it.
So that, I know that finger, it's used for like nail techs that are doing acrylics. Okay. It doesn't, I know, but it's meant for like the nail to go all the way in the bed.
If a girl uses a finger like that on a guy in the spot between his beehole and his balls, he will put a ring on it. Moving on.
Is that better?
Dude.
What?
Yeah. Anyways. This is someone doing this on Instagram, and they're like literally just joking about doing coke.
I feel like everybody jokes.
Covered it. You don't even say.
That was loud. Oh wait, no, that's not what it was. Yo, back in the same file as when I heard the Mexican version of "You're Still the One" by Shania Twain. Mexican version of Tool. I mean, I'm sorry, System of a Down. It's System of a One. explaining how he's about to fuck every woman in the crowd tonight because he's
No, he
rocking
didn't.
so
No, he
hard.
didn't.
That's what he was saying.
No, it wasn't.
I'm going to translate for you. Let me rewind it a little bit. I'm going to live.
Why?
I'm going to live translate. Ready? I know everyone in the crowd right now has a really wet pussy. The servers are going to be handing out towels. We're putting out the wet floor signs. Dude,
But
that
we
guy
will never
rocked.
really know because someone won't translate for us.
No, he doesn't. People who speak Spanish will know what he was saying. I just translated for you right now what he said.
Yeah, just lie. That's a lie.
Anyway, I speak Spanish.
I know you do.
Yo.
Hola, mi amo Devin. ¿Dónde está en la biblioteca? 5 puntos.
Back off the mic a little bit. Oh my god. Anyways. Okay. This seems like a pretty wild thought that I wrote down. It'll be fun to get in with you guys. A couple of women, supposedly. Anyways.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, because anybody can be anything nowadays.
I'm a plastic bag. Like that little girl.
Drifting through the wind.
I haven't. Okay. Women are always saying, my body, my choice.
Here we go.
Acting like men taking control of their lives and subjugation of them is only exclusive to their gender.
Is he still talking?
However, when I was born, I don't ever remember asking to have the tip of my dick chopped off.
It's because you're not a woman. It's not your choice.
Exactly. What the fuck? Where was my body, my
Okay.
choice?
Do you know how
Not that I'm mad at it.
the Jewish people do it? Like actual Jewish people?
Yeah, I've heard of this. It's weird. I don't know. I don't understand it, and I want to feel like it doesn't exist, but it does.
It exists, dude. You know how they do it?
I sadly learned.
Yeah, I
watching
heard
Broad
that they
City.
suck on it, and they put a little wine in their mouth and stuff. This is like commonly known.
Yeah, I had no idea. I watched Broad City and Alana went off.
That's what she looked for.
Really? That's
Yeah, 'cause
hilarious.
She was like explaining like how she wants to be on the Moyle High Club,
Oh my god.
and then
Moyle.
Abby's like, "What?" And then like she explains it, and I sat through that episode like, "What do you mean?"
Wild. Yeah, it is wild. When I heard about it too, I had to look it up and verify it, and I was like, how do we not know about this? Everybody talks about the Catholic priests and how gross and disgusting they are. Nobody talks about these moyles doing infant BJs.
Yeah, but no, like I totally get you. Like how I don't want to believe it. Like I hope it's not true, but
Yeah, no, it's definitely true.
it's true.
But back to
This makes you feel
circumcising your
weird.
kid at birth. I would like to explore the motivations of that, like as a woman. Why do you care about your son's dick?
Because if you know the whole thing of why they started circumcising boys is because of the cleanliness, and then they would get infections if they didn't
I've heard
clean
of
that
that,
skin.
but a lot of my friends have said they're uncircumcised and that their dick is clean. I mean,
Well, it's up to them.
I never
to,
said prove it.
It's up to
but
them to freaking keep it clean. Yeah, but it's a lot
Um,
easier to maintain a circumcised penis, I guess.
You need to take a heterosexual poll of women in their.
Well, they birthed you. They can do whatever they want to you. Okay.
But my thought was like, yeah, well, of course, women would say that, but my thought was like,
I'm taking my vape back.
as a woman, when you finally get pregnant and have a kid after you've had multiple sex partners, maybe because you're not some church going, jean dress wearing, goody two shoes.
Spencer's.
Did you happen upon a nasty anteater in your life? And you were like, I'm going to save the next girl.
Maybe.
It's the debate.
Why don't you ask your mom this question?
Anteaters versus eggplants.
Why did she circumcise you?
I would guess the same reason I just said, a combination of what you
Because
said
she
is
had a
to
dirty
keep
anteater.
to keep the dick clean, and she probably came across some horrifying uncircumcised anteater.
No, because your mother is a woman of God and she loves your dad.
And she only ever had sex with him.
Yes. Don't fuck with Landon's mom. For real.
Anyways. Uncircumcised dicks must be horrible if it motivates women so much to circumcise their children. But also, I've heard of a lot of horror stories of dudes when they're uncircumcised and the skin is like fucked up and they have to get circumcised later in life. Yeah.
And you
So
gotta
roll the
stay
dice.
awake for it.
Roll the dice, baby.
Do you think they put them to sleep when they do it when they're older?
I don't know, but if I had to have that surgery, I would definitely ask the doctor, while you're down there, any way to add on a couple inches.
Well, I don't know if you watch Shameless, but there's an episode where he decided to go get circumcised.
I've seen clips of it, yeah.
Carl, yeah, he decided to go get circumcised when he's like a teen, and he's in pain. So I would figure if you decide to get circumcised as an adult male, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be down for a couple weeks.
I can't even tell you guys a story of what I want to tell you because then I'll seem, you know, I can't say what I want to say right now because it's gonna come out weird.
You can say it into the mic and we'll cut it out if it's not good.
Oh my
You
god!
better cut it out because
Okay.
I don't trust you.
Okay, we'll cut it out. Just tell me. I'll definitely cut it out.
110%. Don't know if I trust you.
No, I promise, because I don't want you to feel bad about coming back on the show.
Okay. Okay, as an adult, like he's like, I don't think I could go through that shit.
That's crazy.
On Broad City, coming back to Broad City, they have an episode where Jaime got an infection and he had to get circumcised.
I think I might have seen that one.
And he's an adult male, and
Yeah.
he goes he can't like get hard at all
Yeah.
because the stitches are gonna pop and all that. And I'm like the whole episode, I'm like, it must be so hard for it to just like chill, because he like talks about how like it's so sensitive. But yeah, he was down for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would hope
I've-
if
I've-
they're not,
I
they're
actu-
taking very good care of themselves.
Yeah, I just recently heard of a dude saying that on a podcast, he was saying that he's not circumcised, and it's like what happens to a lot of guys that squeezes down on the head, and that it won't fucking pull down, and that's just how it is all the time. And that like he's like, sex is better if he does wear a condom, because then the skin isn't like pulling back and forth. And I'm like, woof. Yeah. Thank God you're a lesbian, right?
Thank God.
Oh,
Hallelujah.
I thought you were bi.
And
Is anybody?
I finally
Let's
came
just
to
pause.
terms
Let's just
with
pause
it.
for a second. Is anybody truly a lesbian?
Yeah,
Because let's relax for a second. You are really? Because if you are, Devin. Because if LeBron
Listen,
James,
listen.
back off the mic for a second. You
Listen,
power
you're
hungry
totally
lesbian.
Right, because if Chris Brown were to walk through
That,
this
thank you.
door right
I
now,
like the Chris Brown,
she
LeBron
would,
James.
like-
I'm sorry that they're all black people, but
Fuck LeBron James because
Chris Brown,
That's
she's
right,
not
'cause
even
LeBron
denying it.
James
Chris
could fuck
Brown.
you.
because he's
Shut
too
up.
much of a
It's
whiner.
the moves.
No, it's not.
why? It's because you saw that photo of him walking down the street with the
Okay.
gray sweatpants, and he had a small dick print.
Listen
and
here.
you're a size queen.
Listen here, motherfucker. I dated one dude and it was enough for me. I'm good. He showed me he was more of a bitch than any of the bitches I've dated in my whole entire life.
I disagree. I think
You don't remember? I think you do.
What I'm saying is, you've never had a night with Chris Brown. You've never had a night. Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'll have a night with Chris Brown, but we're gonna be smoking and he's gonna be teaching me some dance moves to show to Myra when I go home. Stupid.
Why the shit got me lazy right now?
Be like, teach me all your dance moves, bitch. I need to know what to do.
Percocet in my leg.
And then you'd come walking out of there with a black eye.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Hey,
yo.
babe, hold up. Babe.
What happened? What happened?
Turn your head a little bit. Look at Landon's curls. You see how his curls are?
What's
right
wrong
now?
with them?
You see how they're like kind of like jailed? You know? Like, turn your head, motherfucker.
Okay, I'm really insecure right now because
Okay,
I have a
like-
bad haircut.
Listen, bruh. You see how his curls are right now? Imagine me grabbing like a good four little locks of those motherfuckers and chopping them off.
Dude, I had a hair.
You deserved it.
She did.
This is what she did to you in high school, huh?
Yeah. What did I do to you?
Damn.
That was because I told everyone you had an abortion.
Listen here, I wrecked my quad
Yeah, that's why.
and fractured my right side of my ribs and broke 2 on my left side and was out for 2 weeks. And you told everybody in school I was out having an abortion.
Correction. I told 2 people you were having an abortion.
And the whole school knew when I came back. Because
Can't help it
Jacob
that I'm
Conway was
popular.
like, how was the wire hanger? And I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, Landon's telling everybody that you were out getting an abortion. I was like, an abortion for 2 weeks.
Roe v. Wade. What?
Yeah. And then I sat behind Landon and I cut some of his hair out.
My beautiful hair.
Yes, dude, he had luscious hair in high school.
Yeah, that's fucking going. It looks like I'm starting to do telekinesis now because my hair is coming back so much.
He can literally see into the future with that.
Dude, and it's like I had like 2 things going for me. I had great teeth and I had fucking great hair. And my hair, I noticed this recently. I wiped the sweat off my brow. I used to have like hair falling down. I had to like move it back. It's gone now. And there's
Gone like the wind.
The only thing widening more than the gap between the rich and the poor is the gaps between my teeth. It's horrifying. I feel like every time I brush my teeth, the gaps are wider. I'm scared to floss. Fucking car wreck I almost got in driving back from building a fence with my grandpa.
Today?
No, last week.
Oh, wow.
Dude, here, Devin. I'm driving back and this guy is in front of me and he's like drifting over. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. So I reach over for my phone. Before I can even get it up, he overcorrects and is completely sideways and shoots and hits the car that's next to him. And so I throw my phone down and click on my hazards. This is all happening like fucking that because we're going 70 miles an hour. So 70 miles an hour, he fucking is all of a sudden sideways because he just overcorrected like insane and hits the car next to him. I throw my phone down, click on my hazards because I know I'm going to have to slow down and there's cars behind me. And so then he goes like this and the car spins around this way. So now he's going towards the median, still sliding at 70 miles an hour. And the tires catch traction and he shoots and hits the median. And then now the other car, the red car, is like spinning. And so I'm like fucking Jedi level reflexes moving over. His car catches traction again and shoots over and almost hits me. And so I have to swerve out and I finally get around it. And then here comes the red car catching traction sideways and shooting and almost hits me. And I get out of it and I'm going like 30 miles an hour. So we went from like 70 to 30 like that. And all the time the guy was sideways and he didn't roll over. I was like, holy shit. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen live action happen to me. So scary. But yeah, that Popeye shit was crazy though. Have you ever noticed how when people who are walking and they want to look gangster, they look like they're ducking under imaginary branches? They're like, yeah. I noticed a guy doing that, and he was doing it so hard that it looked like he was ducking under a branch. I was like, damn, that guy's gangster, dude. You don't mess with that fool. That guy's game sharper than a motherfucking razor blade. I've been listening to a lot of Tupac, and I mean, yeah. You bring up Nicotina, man.
You know what?
My God.
You fucked up because when you ate that gold, 24 karat gold donut, and you don't remember
That was a great
the
concert.
Nicotina concert.
So David and me and Vicky went to an Andre Nicotina concert, and Vicky somehow got her hands on a brownie that was 1,000 milligrams. This was like 6 years ago. It had to be, right?
It
was back before they were regulating how much could be in an edible.
And anything.
You
could have
can't
been
get
in that,
you can't get 1,000 milligram edible anymore. You can barely like buy 1,000.
I think
it's like you have to
it's
buy
like
10
100
bags
milligrams.
of something.
Yeah, 100 milligrams is the most.
Yeah. And so, anyways, you guys are all like, don't eat the whole thing.
I said
And
it
of
3
course,
times.
I was like, no, you guys don't understand. And fucking edibles, they don't even affect me that much. Took the whole thing, and we're there at the concert, and I literally just started tripping balls. And I mean, like, I was on mushrooms, and I had never done mushrooms before. I'd only ever done weed. And so I was, that sound like an old man. Were you doing weed?
Oh, you're doing that dope, huh? You smoking that dope?
Dude, my parents would always call it dope. And I'm like, I'm not smoking meth, dude. It's not the 70s. You
Yeah,
don't call
I'm
it
not
dope
fucking-
anymore. This isn't fucking Canada.
Huh. Trailer Park Boys. Smoking that dope.
Who's
Growing
looking at dope? Yeah, anyways, what the fuck? The high point of it. So I noticed that like I was just like scared to be there because I was so high. And like I'm like doing just funny. But then I finally kind of chilled and was enjoying the concert. But I was also like, Devin, it's really scary in here because there's so many people. And it is scary in Strummers, by the way, because if something pops
Bruh.
off, you're dead. If
Yeah.
someone tries to fucking school shooter that place, you're fucked.
There's one way in and then the back door.
Bottleneck. And that's how I feel going into the Planet Fitness bathroom, by the way. Never ever felt more like I was going to be raped in my life as every time when I go in there to go pee. And it's like, it's because it's such a bottleneck walking into that restroom that it's like I've seen way too many Shawshank Redemption style movies with a shower scene where people get fucked. And I'm not talking about I'm talking about just get beaten, whatever. It's like as a man, it's in your instinct to just watch out for that shit. It's like when you walk into a bottleneck situation, you get scared. So anyways, we finally get out of the concert and we're driving. I'm so high at this point. I drove to the concert and I told Devin, I was like, I'm too high to drive. You have to drive. First time in my life I've ever said that because if I'm high, I usually am like chill by the time I drive. That it's not like, I've never like been too high to drive.
About the second time you asked me to drive for you?
Hang on, I finish this one first. And so we're driving and I'm like gripping every handle in the car. And I'm like, Devin, slow down. Slow the fuck down. Freaking out at everything. And after like Devin being really nice and just laughing for like 5 minutes, she's like, Landon. I was like, Devin, slow down. We're going to get a ticket. And she's like,
Vicky was like, what are you talking about? She's going 35.
Yeah. And I was like, what? And then I leaned over and looked at the speedometer and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm so high.
I was like, just sit there and shut up.
Yeah. And I had to really, it was a good lesson. It prepared me a lot for like doing mushrooms and other psychedelics that when you get so high like that, you have to just accept it. Because here's what are you going to do? Drink some milk, bitch? It's not going away. You're on this roller coaster now, and it's not going to stop till it wants to stop. And that's why people have bad trips, because they're fucking fighting it so bad. And once I finally did relent, I was like, damn, this feels amazing. I was as high as the first time I got high. And I don't know if that happened to you guys, but like the first time I got high as fuck.
Me too.
I'm not even kidding you. I got high,
my first high.
and I was going, I don't want to name who it was because I don't want to get them in trouble. But anyways, because I was pretty young. But anyways, we were going to a Fresno State football game, and I remember walking from the car to the game, and I remember not feeling like I was walking. I was literally floating down the street. I was like, damn, I feel like the genie fucking right now. Just floating. It was insane. That's how I felt off that 1,000 milligram edible. And I've actually taken 1,000 milligrams of edibles since then and not gotten near it. So I'm like, these are not either that one was like 3,000 or these are not even what they're claiming them to be.
Hey, Landon. You want to tell Myra about the second time you asked me to drive for you?
My birthday party in San Francisco. Man.
And we can be.
What was that shit show 2018?
You can tell
what
her
year was that?
everything
Oh
that happened because
God.
Myra knows everything I used to do. So
Hey, well,
I'm very open.
I wanted to get turned up, and I always loved San Francisco just because it's cool. And it used to be really cool.
Used to be lit.
There's great places to eat. A lot of times, the people are awesome. You know, like not the people walking on the street. Most of the people just like in the public are cunts.
Yeah.
But the people running the businesses and stuff, they're awesome. And down on the wharf, it's such a vibe. It's amazing. It's a real thing where people are like, you can feel the city. I'm a Samantha. Isn't she isn't that a Sex in the City bitch?
Yes.
Okay, good. Is she the one that did anal? Good. I'm a Samantha. Anyways, so we go to San Francisco. First of all, I propositioned this to Devin. I was like, let's go. Come with me. I'm gonna get a sick ass hotel, and we'll fucking turn up. I can't remember the name of the hotel, but it has a waterfall that falls from the ceiling.
It's fucking
It's a sick ass hotel.
It's right there. Yeah, it's right there by the roof and shit. Like literally.
Yeah, and so we go to like 2 bars, and we're shit faced after like 2 bars, maybe less than 2 hours of drinking.
Less than, yeah.
We just got hammered so fast, and I was like, all right, it's time. Let's go to the strip club. And then this is like the second time I've ever blacked out in my life ever.
Dude.
And so we get in the strip club and we sit down at this is all I remember is we get in there and it's like small. You can pick up after I stop in 5 seconds. It's just small tables in front of a stage, and we sit down, and like someone walks up to us, and I think I order a drink, and they walk away. Blackness.
That's not what happened. Not what happened. We get to the strip club and we're gonna pay to get in, and the fucking owner of the strip club standing right there, and you pull out your wad of cash from
He's
Harvest.
a gold mine.
Yeah. Immediately, as soon as we get inside, they split us up. You go to the tables, and they took me to the back.
That's right.
Then
Yeah, he was like,
back, yeah.
I remember that.
Dude, and then I come back, and this stripper's walking off of the stage in front of Landon, and she walks up to me, and she's like, your friend is so generous. Tell him thank you so much. And I'm looking at her, what she's wearing, and I'm like, her whole shit was stuffed with all of his money. So I was like, bruh. Then I see Landon getting up with another stripper, and they're going towards the ATM. And Landon gets there, and he puts his card in, and then I'm walking up, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And luckily, he put
the wrong
pin in.
Because I was so
drunk. And then goes to do it again, and he turns towards me, and he's like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, okay, so now let me replay it for you. We walk into the club. That guy comes and does his thing. Blackness. And then all of a sudden, come back to life. I'm staring at Devin, and I'm in front of an ATM, and there was like a stripper behind me, and I'm like, it just instincts were like, oh, this is bad. And I was like, get me out of here. And we left, and we were so fucking wasted. And then this is the shameful part that I might have to cut out is that. Well, I was somersaulting around the room. I forgot about that.
Landon, you moved the fucking bed out of the way, and I woke up, and you're like, is the light bothering you?
You have
and I was like, Landon, no, it's
you
good.
gotta find those videos and send them to me.
I have them.
Send them to me, and I'll put them on the show.
Yeah, so.
Devin, I keep tasting meatballs.
It's because we ate Italian shit, you know. Savage. Landon, dude, hey, calm the fuck down.
Stop fucking moving the ground, Devin!
Hey, how drunk? Landon, dude. I'm Landon back at it again with the white bags.
Okay, I fucking got us to our floor. Blacked out drunk, you fucking cunt.
I'm Landon. You're what?
Devin, look at my headboard.
You're what? A headboard?
My headboard.
No, you're not.
Look, I'm just as flat as the headboard is.
And Landon's like this up against the headboard, and he has just like in his underwear, and that's it. And I'm tripping. He's like, "Is the light bothering you? I'll turn it off." He turns it off. He turns the light off, and I'm like, "No, I'm good. I just like woke up from sleeping, you know, like nothing you did." He turns the light back on, and he's like, "Devin, look, Devin, look. I'm as flat as the headboard."
I was just making so like this, so drunk and high. So fucking crazy. And that was
I've never seen him. I thought it was fucking angry. I was like, bruh.
yeah, pretty soon after that I stopped because I was lucky I didn't die, honestly. I should have had a heart attack. It was insane.
There's a lot of crazy stories that me and Landon have, but
One time I got Xanax is crazy.
Dude, I lost like 3 months of my fucking life because of Xanax.
I got a great story about Xanax from high school that my mom would love this one. So, wow, my lips, Johnny lips dry over here.
Johnny needs some chapstick.
Anyways, so one day I took way too much Xanax, the little football ones, the pink footballs. And I was just at home high as fuck, and my mom is like freaking out, wondering what's going on. But by the way, I thought I just went home and fell asleep on the couch. So this whole time my mom's like wondering what's going on with me, and she is like moving me or like while following me around the house while I'm, you know, walking around in a Xanax slumber doing shit and like freaking out. And so then she drives, she's like, doesn't know what to do. So she drives to Hanford and drives back. So that's like an hour, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And comes back and makes me pee in a cup and finds out what I was on. And then the next morning I woke up and was grounded and I didn't know why. I was like, this is so crazy. I was like, what happened? And my mom was like, what happened? Let me tell you what happened. I thought you were going to die. And just fucking here I went. Dude, it was insane. And I really felt so bad, but I think I was like 15 when I did that. 14. It was before I was driving. I know that. Might have been 15. And so, yeah, I could only imagine being a parent, what that was like to see me just like a fucking zombie. And like she's probably thinking I was on heroin or something. Yeah. Xanax. I never even liked how it made me feel, honestly.
I loved it when I drank Jaeger with it.
I know.
I spit. Okay, hold on. Let me say the whole story.
We know that you don't swallow it.
Let me tell the whole story. Okay, so we went floating, and we went with freaking. I'll just say one of them. Gabe, 2 lesbians. Ashley Imbrit.
Oh yeah.
Victoria Mendoza.
Oh, yeah.
Who else? I think Janae went. Maybe not. I don't. Maybe Janae didn't go this one time. But so that's when we were all beefing, the lesbians and Gabe. And so Gabe walks up to me and he's like, "Devin, stop being in a bad mood and put something in my mouth," as I'm drinking my beer. And so I swallow it and I was like, "What the F was that?" And he was like, "It was a Xanax bar." And I was like, "Are you dude, I'm going to black out on this float." And I did.
Yeah.
So I blacked out on the float. And I end up like, I'm in the water the whole time. And you know how I am when we're floating. Like, I'm always in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't remember any of this. So we're getting towards the end of the float. And you know how it gets shallow, you know? And there's sandbars. Well, I got underneath Ashley Imbrit. And I freaking flipped her over. And her car keys were in her float. And they went straight to the bottom.
Oh, my God.
And I found them.
Wow, lucky.
Yeah, I did get lucky.
Wow.
And then, so we're at the end where the little beach
Honestly,
is.
pause real quick, though, because you have to focus on the fact that people don't know who Ashley is. It's not like someone who's fucking around playing in the water. She's like a hot chick. She's wearing a hot chick bikini. She's trying to lay in the tube and look sexy for all the guys that are there or who aren't there. She's looking sexy for herself, whatever. Women's empowerment. But
she was tanning, okay?
Yeah, exactly. And so then that's the person Devin goes underneath and flips over. You can imagine they're like, what the fuck? This is like a girl who's probably not even planning on getting wet that day. Yeah. You know, like she probably got wet up to the ankles when she was getting in the tube, and that's it.
And then when we had to get out, you know, to go around the fucking rapids.
Oh, shit.
But so then we get to the beach
Water's
where
cold,
we're stopped. Remember when we got in trouble with for my system and you got in trouble for it?
Oh my God, the cop slammed me?
Yes.
Dude, Devin's blasting her system in her truck.
Dude,
and fucking what was it, 12 inches subs? 210-inch subs, blasting loud as fuck. And I have a Ford Taurus parked next to him. Busted ass Ford Taurus. So yeah, Devin's blasting her music. I'm there in my Ford Taurus. And she turns it down when this cop pulls up. And the cop like rolls up to me and he's like, "You know, you shouldn't have such a piece of shit car if you're going to blast your music so loud." And I was like, what the fuck, man? I didn't do anything. I'm just hanging out.
And then he turns to us and he's like, you guys allow him to have a system in his car? And I'm like, dying.
Continues to slam me.
I'm dying laughing because he's like, "You fucking bitch."
Meanwhile, we're all just happy that he's not arresting us because we're drunk as fuck and like 19 or something.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So we're at the beach. you know, at the end, they all get out of the water and they're chilling on the beach, finishing their beers. I'm underneath the bridge, Landon, with all of our floats just underneath it. And I don't remember anything. Okay? So then when I come back to,
You're just like hoarding everyone's
just
food.
like this, we're not leaving yet. In the water. Hiding like they can't see me. Okay?
She's like, we can't leave him. Not everyone's out the water.
Oh my god.
And I was like, you guys aren't going to leave your expensive ass floats. So, anyways, I get out of the water and I come back to and I realize like I can't drive my truck.
Yeah.
So, I asked one of the lesbians to drive my truck, the manly lesbian.
How dare you? Oh, how dare you?
I'm not going to name drop.
Wow.
I'm not going to name drop, but I asked her.
The University of Columbia is coming for your ass.
That's okay. I asked her to drive because Victoria's like, I'll drive your truck. And I look at her and I'm like, have you
Bitch.
even drove
Yeah.
a lifted truck? And she was like so disgusted. She's like, I've driven a truck before. I saw not a lifted
My
one.
brother Eduardo has a truck. Or what was her brother's name?
Eduardo.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
then
he
I'm
did have
like,
a truck
nah.
though. He had a nice truck.
Lesbian number 1 is going to drive me home. So lesbian number 2 had to drive the other car, the Ford. And she was pissed.
Wow.
So then I get home and I go and take a nap, right? Well, I wake back up to John Luke like, we're going to the bullfights tonight. Get up. Well,
I remember this because I was there for this one.
Yeah, before I knock out onto the couch, I happen to get a raw potato. And rest in peace, my brother-in-law, Jim, I fucking spit it in his face. I don't know why he said something to me like, are you fucking drunk? And I just was like, bit the potato and I was like, poof, in his face. And he's like, somebody come get this fucking bitch right now.
Jesus.
And then I just
Some-
knock out.
That's some medieval shit.
Yeah, so it was crazy. I've had some,
But
and I
that
don't
night at
remember
the,
some
I
of
remember
that
that
shit.
night at the bullfights because you and the lesbians just kept getting in fight. Everyone was getting in fights. It was insane.
Bruh.
There was like actual
It's
women
'cause I was
fist
getting
fighting. And
Everybody beer that night for free.
Yeah.
While I was getting freaking basically molested. Okay.
We've all been molested. Relax.
Yeah, I know, but it was like, I was like, I guess.
You're fucking.
you can
You're
touch
lucky if you make
my
it out
thigh.
alive. You make it out of your childhood.
Literally, you're lucky
make
to
it
make
to-
it out of alive by, like, not leaving with the porgy.
You make it to 23 without getting molested. You should get molested in your 20s. Strong position.
By what? A boy or a girl? Or you get to choose who molests you?
You know what? Most of the molesters that I know are women.
Wow.
So take that, feminists.
What a bitch.
I was molested by a woman when I was a kid. We don't have to get into that. Let's keep the show light.
Oh, damn, it's 12 o'clock.
Yeah. We didn't even get into anything funny. We should probably get closed on the end of the show. There was some. We'll at least look at some cute stuff real quick. Look at this. This is so cute.
How much to play?
Watch his face. Oh my god. He ran onto the field and grabbed the ball and he won't let it go. And then watch his face when they take it from, like, he's so happy right now, and then they take it from him and he's like, oh fuck. And then you can see him realize that when he's getting handed off to another person, he's like, oh damn it, I'm getting kicked out. It's so funny. He has like such a human emotion. So fucking adorable. Look at his face. He's like, are you gonna get it? He looks up at the guy. He's like, you gonna get it? He's like, oh wait, you're not gonna get it. What's going on? You can watch his face change. And now he's like, oh. Oh, he's so disappointed.
He's like, why are you facing me towards the people?
Dude, he's so disappointed.
In the crowd, like, and y'all just gonna let them carry me off like this? Like, ain't one of you gonna help
Yeah.
me? Wow.
Here's one for women. That was a real baby, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Hashtag believe all women.
And then he started punching the baby, which was fun. Oh, yeah, baby, why'd you fucking kick me like that?
Dude.
Nah, the mom, like, freaking ninja starred him at your face.
Fuck that woman for doing that.
That's pretty, yeah.
You gonna get you.
I love this one.
Into the pole.
Oh man, wrecked. Oh, what is this one? Oh, I don't know if you want to see that. It's really crazy. You want to see something really crazy?
Sure.
Okay, this is really crazy. Look at this guy's reaction, which is it's really insane because he has like almost like a Hollywood reaction where he's like, "What the fuck just happened?" He's like, "What do
And where'd the guy
do?"
go?
He's like 3 football fields down where the car's wrecked. He didn't even like, the car was going so fast he didn't really go over the top of it. He was like stuck in front of it. Here's something that's crazy, but a little less crazy. These people are near a volcano. But there's a specific spot where it's flowing and it looks like a movie. It's the scariest thing you can see.
Right behind him. Oh my God, go.
Look at that shit.
Vamos, Jorge, vamos, tranquilo. Ay, no.
Oh my God.
Dale.
By the way, one of the guy was saying, "Hurry, go, go, go," and the chick was saying, "He's going, relax." She's like, "He's giving her all he's got. Shut up." Yeah, it's this part right here. That is like a movie. So, dude, this literally reminded me of the movie Maleficent when like the smoke was coming out in that. It's like, look at that. Frightening. Just trying to tell these people to get the fuck out of the way. Wow, look at it. It's like, you know what's really scary about that is that when you're running from it in the car, it's the same thing as like the tornado. You may not be on a road that you can drive straight away. Like you're watching him go through a fucking mountainous jungle, basically.
Yeah, you're not going down a straight path. He isn't going down a straight path, so
dude,
that's scary. Yeah.
Whew, that shit got my heart racing. There's some crazy stuff that I see on Reddit. If you see something you want me to click on, say it, but I'm looking for something that is just like fun.
Dude, do that when the Dollar General manager chases down shoplifter.
Oh yeah, dude, this one's fucking awesome. Dude, this chick is savage as fuck. And she stands up to him.
Shut up, bitch. Look, quit stealing shit. That's the same. That's the same fucking time. What the fuck? That's the second time. Stupid ass bitch. You can't afford flowers, dumbass. Fuck your ass, bitch. Fuck you. You don't live a fucking life out there, bitch. Oh, you see me living in my fucking car? Fucking shit, bitch. You know I fucking live in my car? You fucking working hard. You fucking stealing for the store? Shut up, bitch. Fucking asshole. Ain't that fucking serious, though? Not that fucking serious. You gonna fix my shit, bitch? Fix your shit. Buy your own shit. Dumbass bitch. Fucking messing up this person's house. You did that. Can't afford fucking shit.
You did that.
Mess up this person's house. Dude, she's got so much balls for standing up to that guy. Like, he looked like he was gonna fucking punch her in the face. I, as a man, would have been scared to stand up to somebody that's like over 6 foot tall, looks mildly athletic.
Yeah, but she's like it's not the first time he stole from the store. So
no, yeah, and then everything that is said afterwards is just like makes you go like, oh god damn damn it.
And then he's
man.
helping her
It's
pick
just
all
like
this shit up.
Everything that's wrong with fucking, not only like America, just like society and fucking general. He's like, fuck you, bitch. Like, it's not even your shit. Why do you fucking care?
Yep.
And she's like, why do you have to be stealing this shit? It's the Dollar Tree. You can't afford it. And he's like, fuck you. You don't live my life. Like, what kind of life are you living, bro?
For real, that's so hard that you gotta steal it.
But also, you're a savage for chasing him.
Like, you're dedicated to your job. If you're chasing him down.
I don't even think it was so much as dedicated to her job. I think she's actually was physically expressing what I'm verbally expressing right now. She was just like fucking at her limit with this shit of people stealing and like getting away with it. Yeah. Because what are the cops gonna do? Go after him for stealing $30 worth of shit? Maybe if he got arms big enough to carry $30 worth of shit at the dollar store, 30 items. Well, it's $1.25 now, so 27 items. I don't know. I can't do the math on that. Fucking Dollar Tree. The pandemic's been hard on everybody. Look. Okay, I know for a fact there's one on here that I want to show you. You want to see Tupac talking about MC Hammer?
Sure.
This is
He
actually
did sell
really
10
deep.
million records, but crack fiends bought 10 million rocks. That don't mean crack is good. Don't mean nothing. Sell a record don't mean nothing.
He's talking about MC Hammer. They asked him what he thinks about MC Hammer selling records, and he was like, it doesn't mean anything, crack fiends, because he sold 10 million records. And he was like, crack fiends bought 10 million rocks. That don't mean that crack is good. And it was a good point. It's like the same thing about populism. Like, just Bud Light is the most popular beer. It doesn't mean it's good. It's just the most popular choice. Yeah. And there's a reason, because people are transgender and they love it.
The reason, I'm down with him because he's a brother and he's making his mail. But, however, he's diluting rap. You know what I'm saying? He's playing that Sambo role, and the reason everybody's buying his record is because he's no threat, and everybody want to see Sambo dance.
I gotta say, man, there's not a single clip of Tupac that I've seen that I'm like, God damn, you're a real one, man. That was so cool that he literally criticized the fuck out of somebody without also like bringing them down. He's like, I'm not hating on you. You're doing your thing, blah, blah, blah.
Go to that trans lesbian person complaining. Wow. This is gonna be the last one. Right there. Best of TikTok, yeah.
Oh, God.
We need to talk about genital preferences. I'm a lesbian. I'm attractive. I'm smart. But I have a she-ness. And for that reason, some lesbians won't date me. Is there any other reason why? Is there something wrong with me that I don't know about? I'd love to hear your reasons. I'd love you to give me one good reason why I can't get a date.
Because you have a penis.
Yeah, Devin, why won't you eat this guy's vagina?
Because he doesn't have a vagina.
You're so insensitive.
Am I? Because his she-ness is poking out.
Leave your reasons in the comments. I'd love to hear them. I'm sure you have some doozies, don't you?
Did you see the lipstick at the bottom?
Unpack them, ladies.
I think it was, I don't know.
Unpack those
It was like
genital
blue or purple.
preferences.
That's a whole ass man.
They're
Look at the Adam's
killing
apple.
women like
Okay, stop saying man.
He's a trans lesbian complaining about
I actually don't
lesbian
know
women not dating him
what their pronoun
and his
is,
she-ness.
so we could just say
I'm going to
they.
say it like this.
We can just say they.
That's a man.
me. Did you hear that? You're killing me. I just want to be loved.
You're killing.
Love.
It's violence against him. That's not the last thing I wanted to show you.
Well, it
God
is
dang
for
it.
me. I'm out of here. Just drop the mic and leave.
There's something better. Oh, yo, this one's great. Again, this is not the last one.
What's the most iconic Bay Area dance?
Oh, easy. The Brookfield. The Brookfield. If you don't know about it, you don't know about dancing in the Bay.
What's the most iconic Bay Area dance? I ain't gonna lie, you damn near can say the bird by Mac J, bro. Some people be like super stiff.
This guy's great.
You gotta be like a nerd, throw your glasses on. What the
fuck? He does it.
It's me.
Can you hit it?
Hey.
What's the most iconic Bay Area dance move?
Oh, it's the cliff, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can we see that real quick?
Yeah, bro. Hold
on.
Something
The hands
out of
behind
the
the
early
head.
70s called the swoop.
The swoop?
Coming
Dude,
out
this
of
guy.
Castleman High School.
So that's it. So they kind of do it both sides. What's the most iconic Bay Area dance move?
Arguably the smeeze or the thizzle dance. All right, this is the thizzle dance right here.
In the background?
You know what I mean?
No, talking.
And then this is the smeeze. Oh, we got one more. The Mavi.
Stupid.
That's Pilo right there?
No, in the back.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, that's not fucking Pilo. Dude. Pilo's the shit. Okay, here it is. This is the last one, and then you guys can go. This one's
thanks for
I'm gonna
allowing us women to go. Thanks for releasing us from your house.
You crossed the threshold. You're in my domain. All right, dude, this guy deserves. This is like I want to have this as like a ringtone almost. Whew. I cannot wait for this.
I asked you a simple question.
This guy right here is causing some shit in this other guy's store, and it's really interesting to hear somebody who obviously speaks an Asian language first and an English language second. So they have the accent of someone with English as a second language coming from an Asian country, and then he mocks a person from like an urban area. It's amazing.
You motherfucker responded like you don't know what the fuck's going on. Man, fuck you! Man, fuck you, bitch! Fuck you! Come on, nigga!
Now I get your
Come on, bring up your chest then, dog! What your bitch ass gonna do? Hell, your bitch ass ain't gonna do a goddamn thing, Trick!
Yo, bitch ass ain't gonna do nothing then, Trick. Oh my God, dude, he got him. That dude told him to come around, and he came around. Messed the wrong one.
Hell, your bitch ass ain't gonna do a goddamn thing, Trick! You better take your old ass out of my... All right, you right.
He said you're right.
Bitch ass nigga.
I think the black guy said the N-word. I don't think the Chinese man said the N-word.
I hope not.
Because I feel like if he did, the black dude would have responded differently. But yeah, that was amazing that dude, again, another person standing their ground.
Studewood, Texas. This is H-Town, man. You boys better know you just can't come in any kind of store with that bullshit.
Danny Yang.
Now that's a black guy right there on the camera who sounds like fucking fun to have at the cookout. That dude sounds like a fun time to have at dinner. You just hear him? You can't just come to any store and fuck around like that. Dude, that guy's got so many cool stories. He just sounds like a fun guy. Catch that guy.
That reminds me. There's a guy off of the Jensen. It's Jensen and Elm, I think, at that Valero. Mm-hmm. There's a black guy that's security right there, and he's been there since I was like a freshman in high school. And I wonder how many stories that dude has because nobody fucks with him at night. Like he's just sitting there, and then there's like a older black lady too that runs at night with him sometimes, like one day out of the week, and they just vibe off of each other. They talk shit to each other all night. Like when you walk into the store, it's a whole nother vibe. And then when the owners are in there, who are like Middle Eastern, they're like. The black dude, he's always just standing outside. He's never inside.
Wow.
And then the owners will be like, "Hey, do something," and he's like he just doesn't want to do it. But he's freaking funny. That dude's hilarious.
Wow, that's cool.
He'll be capping on everybody that go in there.
Well, thanks so much, guys, for coming out. It's after midnight. Devin and Myra of the Rose have driven out all the way after work to come do this. So thank you so much. Tupac, play us out.
The feds is watching, niggas plotting to get me. Will I survive? Will I die? Come on, let's picture the possibility giving me charges. Lawyers making the grip. I told the judge I was raised wrong, and that's why I blaze shit. Was hyper as a kid, cold as a teenager. On my mobile, calling big shots. On the scene, major, packing hundreds in my drawers. Fuck the law, bitches, I fuck with a passion. I'm living rough and raw. Catching cases at a fast rate, falling in the fast lane. Hustle till the morning, never stop until the cash came. Live my life as a thug, nigga, until the day I die. Live my life as a boss player, cause even getting high, these niggas niggas got me tossing shit. I put the top down, now it's time to floss my shit. Keep your head up, nigga, make these motherfuckers suffer. Game sharper than the motherfucking razor blade. Save money, bring bitches, bitches bring lies. One nigga's getting jealous and motherfuckers die. Depend on me like the first and 15. They might hold me for a second, but these folks won't get me. We got 4 niggas and low riders and ski masks screaming thug life. Every time they pass